Have you ever noticed that you've come to enjoy your alone time more as you age? Perhaps you no longer feel the need to be around people as frequently or find comfort in crowded social gatherings instead of quiet moments. While some might assume this means you're becoming withdrawn, in reality, choosing to be alone in your later years is often a sign of great wisdom. While society tends to glorify being social and constantly connected, there's a deep sense of strength and understanding that comes with appreciating solitude. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful reasons why seniors who enjoy being alone are incredibly wise. From valuing peace to embracing lifelong learning, each reason highlights how solitude and old age aren't about loneliness. It's about personal growth, emotional strength, and living life on your own terms. Stay with me until the end, because you may discover that your preference for solitude is actually one of the greatest advantages of aging well. Let's get started. Number 1, you understand the value of peace. There comes a time in life when peace becomes more valuable than noise, and for many seniors, that time arrives in their later years. After decades of handling responsibilities, dealing with conflicts, and navigating the ups and downs of life, you realize that peace is not just a luxury, but a necessity. You've learned that unnecessary drama, constant distractions, and shallow interactions do nothing but drain your energy. Instead of filling your days with obligations that don't serve you, you now choose quality over quantity when it comes to how you spend your time and who you spend it with. Take 70-year-old Gerald, for example. In his younger years, he was always surrounded by people, co-workers, neighbors, acquaintances. He felt a sense of duty to be social, even when he didn't feel like it. But after retiring, he realized that many of those relationships were built on habit rather than true connection. He started saying no to events that didn't interest him. Instead of dwelling on the simple pleasures of solitude, such as a quiet morning walk, reading a book, or simply sitting with your thoughts, he discovered something remarkable. He wasn't lonely at all. He was free. The ability to embrace solitude means you're comfortable enough with yourself that you don't need constant external stimulation to feel fulfilled. Many people fear being alone because they don't know how to sit with their own thoughts. However, if you prefer your own company, it's a sign of emotional strength, independence, and wisdom. Instead of wasting energy trying to keep up with social obligations that don't bring you joy, you protect your peace, something that many people never learn to do. People who don't understand this might assume that enjoying time alone is the same as isolation, but there's a major difference. Isolation happens when someone feels disconnected and longs for companionship, but they don't have it. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's the decision to step away from the unnecessary noise of the world and find comfort in stillness. When you reach a point in life where you truly understand that peace is more valuable than pointless socializing, you've unlocked one of the greatest gifts of aging. Number 2, you have a strong sense of self. As you age, one of the greatest signs of wisdom is the ability to truly know yourself. When you were younger, you may have spent time worrying about what others thought of you, trying to fit into social circles, or seeking approval from family, friends, or colleagues. But now, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to anyone. You've lived through enough experiences to understand who you are, what you want, and what you will and will not tolerate. And that kind of self-awareness is a rare and powerful thing. People who struggle with being alone often do so because they haven't built a strong relationship with themselves. They rely on others to fill the silence, distract them from their own thoughts, or give them a sense of identity. But if you genuinely enjoy your own company, it's because you've reached a level of self-acceptance and inner security that many people never achieve. Instead of seeking validation from others, you find contentment in simply being yourself. Consider Patricia, a 68-year-old woman. In her younger years, she was always surrounded by friends, constantly planning outings and ensuring she was always busy. However, as time passed, she realized that much of her socializing had become a habit rather than genuine fulfillment. After her retirement, she started embracing more alone time, going for solo walks, enjoying peaceful mornings with her coffee, and even traveling by herself. Surprisingly, she didn't feel lonely at all. In fact, she felt more confident, more in tune with herself, and more free than ever before. When you know yourself well, you don't need external validation to feel whole. You're comfortable with your own thoughts, company, and decisions. This level of self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with what truly matters to you, rather than bending to societal expectations or pressure from others. You no longer waste time on activities or people who drain your energy because you understand that your time is precious and should be spent on meaningful pursuits. Some may wonder why you prefer solitude, but those who truly understand it see it as a sign of someone who has done the inner work, has nothing to prove, and finds joy in their own presence. This is one of the greatest strengths a person can possess. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, you prioritize quality over quantity and relationships. As you grow older, you realize that not all relationships are worth maintaining. In your younger years, you may have spent time with acquaintances, co-workers, or people who came and went without much significance. However, now you understand that the number of people in your life isn't the key, it's the quality of the relationships you nurture. Many feel pressured to maintain social ties simply because they've known someone for a long time. However, wisdom teaches you that longevity doesn't always equate to value. If a relationship lacks mutual respect, support, or joy, holding on to it out of obligation can drain your energy. This is why many seniors who prefer solitude aren't antisocial or lonely. They've simply outgrown superficial connections and prioritize deeper, more meaningful bonds. For instance, 72-year-old Frank used to feel obligated to maintain a large circle of friends, even though those friendships didn't add much value to his life. He would attend gatherings he didn't enjoy, engage in forced conversations, and spend time with people who didn't truly know or appreciate him. But as he aged, he began focusing on the few relationships that felt genuine, meaningful, and enriching. Instead of trying to please everyone, he now spends his time with the people who genuinely care about him. And the result? He feels lighter, more at peace, and more fulfilled than ever before. When you choose quality over quantity, you value authenticity over appearances. You no longer feel the need to force friendships that don't serve you or engage in meaningless small talk just to pass the time. Instead, you invest in the relationships that bring real joy, wisdom, and connection. Whether that's family members, a few close friends, or even the bond you've built with yourself. Some may perceive your preference for solitude as distancing yourself from others. But the truth is, you simply comprehend the distinction between being surrounded by people and being truly connected to them. You don't require a packed calendar of social events to feel validated because you've reached a stage in life where genuine connections hold greater significance than social expectations. And that's a testament to deep wisdom. Number 4, you relish lifelong learning and personal growth. One of the most prevalent misconceptions about aging is that personal growth diminishes as we age. However, in reality, those who embrace solitude often continue to grow, learn, and evolve more profoundly than ever before. While some individuals rely on constant social interactions for entertainment, those who prefer solitude often find profound fulfillment in exploring novel ideas, acquiring new skills, and expanding their comprehension of the world. Many wise seniors utilize their alone time to engage in meaningful activities, reading, writing, painting, playing an instrument, or even learning a new language. Instead of relying on others for entertainment, they nurture their minds in ways that bring genuine satisfaction. This kind of intellectual curiosity is one of the strongest indicators of wisdom and longevity. Studies have demonstrated that seniors who remain mentally active through learning and creative pursuits tend to maintain sharper cognitive function and a greater sense of purpose in life. For instance, there was Elena, a 74-year-old woman. After dedicating decades to raising a family and working in a demanding career, she found herself with more free time than she had ever experienced before. Some assumed she would fill that time by joining clubs or social groups, but instead, she discovered the joy of solitary learning. She began reading books on history and philosophy, took up painting, and even started jotting down memories from her life. Instead of feeling bored or lonely, she found a renewed sense of excitement and purpose in her alone time. The ability to relish lifelong learning isn't merely about maintaining mental sharpness. It's about maintaining an open mind, staying engaged, and being excited about life. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that by a certain age, they've acquired all the knowledge they need. However, the wisest seniors understand that there's always something new to discover. Whether it's a different perspective, a skill you've never tried, or a deeper understanding of yourself, people who fear solitude often seek constant distraction. But those who embrace it recognize that alone time is an opportunity, not a limitation. Instead of wasting time on superficial interactions, you use your solitude to build knowledge, challenge yourself, and deepen your appreciation for life. That's a sign of true wisdom. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5, you're comfortable with your own thoughts and emotions. Many people avoid solitude because they don't want to be alone with their thoughts. They keep themselves busy, fill their schedules with distractions, and surround themselves with noise. People are willing to avoid sitting in silence with themselves, but those who embrace solitude in their later years have reached a rare and powerful level of emotional maturity. They're comfortable with who they are, at peace with their past, and unafraid of their inner world. When you can sit alone without feeling restless or uncomfortable, it means you've developed a deep sense of self-acceptance. You no longer need external stimulation to feel whole. You don't rely on others to define your happiness. Instead, you've learned to appreciate stillness, reflection, and the quiet moments that allow you to connect with yourself. Emotional independence is a rare achievement that many people never attain. It's a clear sign of wisdom. Take Walter, a 69-year-old man. In his younger years, he craved constant social interaction, attending events, engaging in conversations, and always having something to do. However, as he grew older, he realized that much of his need for socializing stemmed from a fear of confronting his own thoughts. Once he embraced solitude, he discovered a surprising pleasure in his own company. Quiet moments allowed him to reflect on his life, appreciate his progress, and even process buried emotions. This newfound sense of peace was unlike anything he had experienced before. Being comfortable in solitude doesn't mean you despise socializing. It means you don't need constant interaction to feel complete. You've reached a point where you can sit in stillness without feeling lonely, reflect on life without regret, and appreciate each moment for what it is. Instead of fleeing silence, you embrace it as a space for growth, gratitude, and understanding. Many people spend their entire lives avoiding this kind of deep self-reflection, but those who reach this level of comfort with themselves have truly mastered one of life's most profound lessons. When you can be alone and feel utterly at peace, it means you've found something that no amount of socializing can replace: true inner contentment. Choosing to spend more time alone in your later years isn't a sign of loneliness. It's a sign of wisdom. It means you've reached a level of self-awareness and emotional strength that allows you to value peace, prioritize meaningful relationships, continue learning, and fully accept yourself. While some may misunderstand your preference for solitude, you know that your alone time is not empty. It's filled with purpose, reflection, and personal growth. Not everyone reaches this stage of life with the same level of understanding. Some people still seek distractions, fearing the silence and their own thoughts. However, if you find joy in your own company and can sit alone and feel content, you have unlocked one of the greatest gifts of aging: the ability to be truly at peace with yourself. What resonated with you the most? Which of these insights do you identify with? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are valuable to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating informative and inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.